Oh man, I've done something stupid, and now I must do something else stupid to make up for it. I'll tell you what. Give me, give me a second. When I catch my breath, I'll tell you. So, what is the stupid thing? Okay, so there's an event, a running event in Doncaster in November that we lovingly call Donny 10K because I think you can guess. So last Saturday after the park run, one of my friends asked, "Oh, are you doing the 10K? Are you doing the Donny 10K?" Now, what should have my answer been? My answer should have been, "Are you crazy? I can't run 10K. I've never run 10K in my life." That was a prudent answer. Instead, I said, "I'm thinking about it." Oh boy. There were so many shouts of, "Just do it." You would think you were in a Nike showroom. What's there to think about it? Don't think, just sign up. Just do it. Yeah, look. I would have to be stupid to do it. Guess what? I signed up. Stupid. Now, I'm not saying, mind you, that that road would be full of 3,000 stupid people who are in the 10K. No. For them, it's fine. For me, it's madness. Because I've not even done a 5K event. I'm going to do one in October, but not done one yet. I don't know what it's like. I can barely do the park run. So, this is what they call peer pressure and FOMO, the fear of missing out. Because the atmosphere at these running events is so nice, exciting, vibrant, positive, supportive, that you feel like, yeah, I want to be part of this as well. That's the reason I signed up for the 5K, and that's the reason I signed up for the Donny 10K. That sign in the grass says Doncaster. So, then what is this stupid thing that I'm doing today? I am running a 10K. I know, stupid, yes. But this is to get ready for the 5K. No, you heard me right. Not for the 10K, just for the 5K, because this will give me the confidence when I'm running the 5K and I'm about to collapse. I can remind myself, hey, baby, I'm a 10K runner. I don't faint in these small distances. That's why the 10K today, solo, in my, well, kind of my neighborhood. Well, in 10K you can get out of your neighborhood pretty easily. So, the only sane thing I'm doing is I'm doing it easy. I'm going to stop as and when I need, run comfortably slow, stop to catch my breath again, and just do the 10K like a run walk thing. Next time can be different. But today, run and walk, take it easy, get the 10K under your belt psychologically. It does remind me of that story though. I'll tell you in a second. On my left is the dome. By the way, can you see it? That's the dome. Somebody honked at me. I don't know who it was. They might know me. Don't know. Okay, story has to wait. There's a roundabout I need to cross. Almost died at that pedestrian crossing, even with the camera off. So, the story is called How Much Land Does a Man Need? Let's walk. The story about farmer in a far, far land. He has some land. He's poor, wants to buy more land. And somebody in a pub, I think it's from Russia or something. So somebody tells him one evening, there are these people who have come from another country, who have a lot of land, nearby town, and the prices are very reasonable. So if you want more land, maybe try them. Guy says, all right. What can it hurt to try? So takes his money, goes down there next morning, and they tell him, the rules are different. We don't sell you this much land or that much land. We take a flat fee from you, like let's say 600 rubles. Okay, in 600 rubles, you go around the land, choose which land you want, then you run or walk around that land. He said, but how much? They said, from morning dawn till dusk, as much as you want. But I can get a lot of land. In a day, I can walk a lot. I said, well, then it's your land. 600 rubles, as much as you want. Cool. So he says, I'll come tomorrow early morning. Next morning, he goes there, ready, with his running shoes on, and he thinks, I'm gonna get a whole, like a sizable bunch of land, and then go home at lunchtime. Okay. He starts walking, running, he's got breath, it's okay. Sees a nice pasture, runs around that, see another nice one, goes around that, start thinking, yeah, it's looking good now, let's turn back. Because the condition is you have to run around the land. You have to close the circle. Run, walk, crawl. And as long as you close the circle, the land is yours. Circle is open, nothing is yours. You lose the 600. Cool. So he says, yeah, seems all right. Let's go home. And then he sees some birds. And then he follows them and sees there's a lake. Oh man. You want the lake, don't you? So he decides to run around the lake. Okay. Because lake is good to have for water. You can build a cabin around that. All sorts of reasons. Let me cross carefully here. We did not die at this time. But guess what? Here's the lake. Should we run around it, you reckon? Come on. Lake is good to have under your belt. This area is actually called Lakeside. And I know from previous experience that this is exactly 4 kilometers from my home. 3.97, 3.98. Yeah, so by the time I get to the lake, it will be 4 kilometers. at the bottom of that path will be 4 kilometers. When you run, you know these things. So the guy runs around the lake, gets the lake in his land. He's happy. Now he thinks about going back. We got the land, we got the lake. Pretty good deal. If I start turning back now, I can have all this land for only 600 rubles. That sounds good only until he notices something else. There's a little oasis. Beautiful trees, fruit trees, shade trees, and water. Absolutely gorgeous. He says, he looks at the sun, there's a lot of sun left. There's still a lot of daytime left. Says, yeah, I can go. I can go from here as well. If I just take check this, by the way, the trees. So he says, I want these trees in my land. Goes around them. And so every step he takes, he's happy. These trees are my trees now. So keeps running. Now it's time to turn back. Starts to turn back. Sees some very nice grassland where animals can graze. Like, wow, I do want to keep some cows, some goats. This will be great for it. So looks at the sun, thinks like, yeah, I can still make it. So he decides to run around that. Now it's definitely time to turn back because the sun is going down a little bit like it is going for us. So he says, let's go back. But I think you know the pattern by now. See the vision? Here we are. So, where were we? The man gets the green pasture for his animals as well. Okay, now it's time to really turn back because the sun is now going down. So he starts turning back. But then he sees something else which he likes. He gets that as well. He's a good runner. He says, if I speed up, I can get it. So after that, though, absolutely no time because the sun is below the trees now. So he actually starts running towards the beginning point where he had left his stuff to mark his starting point. And he can see that in the distance. So running faster, but he's getting breathless. Like I'm getting breathless. So he has to close the circle. Keeps going. Keeps going. Look at this, by the way. This beautiful pasture. See how gorgeous that is. Especially with the sun going down. So now you can see the starting point where he has to finish. Keeps going. Gets the station aside. Still keeps going. Breath starts fading. But has to close the circle at any cost. Otherwise, 600 rubles wasted, no land to his name. So he keeps going. But the human body has its limitations. We can see his finishing point when his knees give away and he collapses. He has had no food, no water, too busy running, even though he passed the lake and the pond and the oasis and everything. So he dies on the spot within shouting distance of his finishing line. Why? For land. In the end, how much land did he really need? They say it's 2 meters long and 1 meter wide. They buried him next to other greedy bastards who had tried this and died in the process. We do that sometimes in running. Faster, longer, more duration, chasing a PB. We do that in life as well. Better job, more hours. No time for family, but still more hours. In the end, how much of that do we need? So that's the moral of the story. The other moral is that we are at lakeside. We're gonna keep this in our under the belt. Look at that bridge. That's my favorite bridge here. That's my favorite bridge. On the lakeside, not in the whole world. The whole world, I have a few other favorites, like the Sacheni Charles Bridge in Prague. A few more. So, that's running. This is a man-made lake, by the way. In the late 1900s, this was an airfield and old landfill. But in the late 1900s and early 2000s, they had a town development project and they made this whole lake. And now people run here, walk their dogs, ducks hold their meetings. There are some swans, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty. It's good for pictures as well sometimes. Why is circular paths better to run on than straight? Don't know. Just one of those mysteries of life. I have still about 4 kilometers to go and don't have any other story to tell you. I have lots of stories. You have to tell me which ones you like. What kind of stories you enjoy. I can tell you those. But for now, there is lake view for you. And the sun going down. I can see the beach. So that means we're getting close to the point where we entered the circle. We can get out there. So many dogs. So many ducks and swans. You can see the beach. Remember those trees? So we were here somewhere. If you look this side, To my left, there's the whole cinema complex of Doncaster. There's bowling, there's cinema, there are a couple of restaurants. Across the road, there are more restaurants, more fast food. There's ice cream, waffles, good stuff. So, if you don't know where to go in Doncaster, you can come here. Maybe I'll do a proper spread on that one time, like a full episode on this complex. It's worthwhile. Let me see the dome. When I said I can see the dome, I remembered a joke, but I didn't want to tell you there because that's the crossing where I almost died last time. So here it is. Two guys get shipwrecked. They are on a piece of plywood, floating around for a couple of days. No hope. Don't know whether they will live or not. So one of the men, he gets down on his knees on the plywood, however he does, and closes his eyes and says, God, if you spare my life, if you get me out of this, if I live, I promise, I vow to you. The other guy said, hey, don't make some stupid vow, I can see the land. You can laugh. So that's the dome behind us now. That's Asta here. Okay, I take back what I said about running in a circle. Going a distance also is a little bit less boring because you can see shit on the way and you can see shit on the way back. And you also know how far you are in a circle you run. In the park run, we do two full circles of the whole park. In the second circle, the marshals sometimes tell you, last one, it's okay, almost there, keep going. So, nobody here tell me. I have to motivate myself here. Keep going. So, if you want to motivate me, comment down below the video. Can I take a turn? Here's the welcome to the dome sign if you want to see that. You know, this running game is as much mental as it is physical, at least as much mental. And doing something for the first time, accomplishing something for the first time, like going over that finish line, means a lot more than we give it credit for. Remember these 5 words. I have done this before. That is such a confidence booster you would not believe. Like my first park run, first time doing 5K in my life, torture. It was physical torture, but mentally also it was very hard. Which is why when I finished it, I was so happy. Even though it took me almost 45 minutes, I was very happy with that. Then, when I went there the second time, it was still hard, very hard. I was not in training. This was the very first time I was doing this 5K. So, when it got really tough, I had to remind myself, I've done this before. Did it last week. So, obviously, I can do this. It's well within my capabilities. And you know what? I beat my time of 45 minutes by at least 2 or 3 minutes that day. So I was still doing running and walking that time. I was not doing the full run, but still finished it with honor, as they say. Now, if we look at the duration, 1 hour, 9 minutes and 58 seconds 8 kilometers. So what will happen now is that by the time I get to my doorstep, it will be 11 kilometers, not 10. But I can't do anything about it because I gotta go home, right? So, because I had to go to the lakeside, that's 4 kilometers. It was almost 3 kilometers there on the lakeside, around the lakeside. And then you have to come back, so 4 kilometers again. 11. One more, then I'll stop the camera. 8.44K. So last time I did this route, just before I injured my ankle, was 8K. I just went to the lake and came back, touched the lake, did not go around the lake. This time, that's how I know there is 8K. But that time I did the full run. This time I was not so stupid, took it easy on my feet and did gentle running and walking. I still didn't have to do too much, but a little bit of rest in between helps a lot. So you need to know when to push yourself and when to listen to your body. Now I'm going to stop the camera because our celebrity lives have to protect our privacy, you know? So, other people like me. Mine is the camera nonsense, which is just my nonsense. Anyway, so yeah, I will make it the whole 11. I'll get home. Don't you worry about me. For now, turning off the camera, I'll update my text that I reached. Thank you for watching. Thank you for running with me, keeping me motivated, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.